Today on Kicks Chronicles, we chat life and kicks with OG fashion content creator extraordinaire, Culture Force. We not only talk about the kicks he loved growing up, but he's a little bit of a baller, so we definitely get it into his love for football boots as well. We reminisce about our favourite Yeezy 350 V2s and V1s, and in fact, I foolishly, some might say, challenge Culture Force to a sneaker battle. His top three 350s versus my top three. And lastly, he shares with us his thoughts on the sneaker culture, the streetwear fashion scene, and he also shares with us his fashion TikTok Mount Rushmore. And spoiler alert, I don't think I made it. This is Kicks Chronicles. Yes, my people, you know what it is, man. Another episode of your sneaker and lifestyle podcast, Kicks Chronicles. I'm your boy PROZECH. Welcome, right? Some of you are like, why is he in the kitchen? Why is he in the kitchen? It's clearly in the kitchen. Why is he in the kitchen? Because your boy stays cooking, G. Your boy stays cooking. Also, this week has been a bit of a mad one, I can't lie. I've been ill. Your boy has been on the Puritans. No sponsorship. You get me, the whole week. I just had like a mad allergic reaction. Doctor said it was hay fever. I'd never get hay fever, but for whatever reason, your boy just picked it up. So, and it's not the regular thing. It's not the nasally coffee. Like my whole body just went mad. So, yeah, been very lethargic. You get me? It's been a bit of a mad one. And also, no episode last week because I was in the throes of 10-year wedding anniversary celebrations. Yeah, you can see the new ring. For those of you eagle-eyed, you get me? 10 years is no joke, people. You get a new ring. 10 years, you get me? Golden thing now, man. Let me bring that chain out. You get me? Imagine, look, literally the smallest chain in the world. It's quality, not quantity. Massive thank you to everyone that reached out to say congratulations for the 10 years, because it ain't no joke. You get me and Mrs. PROZECH definitely want to appreciate and love every single person that reached out to us. But yeah, man, it's been an interesting couple of weeks. You get me? But we're back in full effect, and even though I'm not in the studio, you get me, because that place is a mazza right now. I got an interview tomorrow, and my body is just it's not happening right now. You get me? So I just need to do what I need to do. You get me? I just need a change of environment, come to the kitchen, do my thing. You get me? But even still, the train's rolling. You get me? Episode 85. We're here, we out here. And bro, I'm back with a banger. Bro, I only went and got Culture Force. Secured Culture Force, broski. Right, and this is part one. Right, this is part one because I want to make sure that people are really getting to digest what my man is saying. Yeah, so this is gonna be part one. Next week, obviously, part two, we're gonna get even deeper into his collection, even deeper into his thoughts on the culture. You get me, like, and obviously everything else. But this episode, I'm loving it because obviously he gets to talk about his first love, and he absolutely loves, and this is a man after my own heart, he loves the Yeezy 350, you get me, and it's such a poignant, and this is another reason why I had to drop this episode now, because with the Yeezys just like having a resurgence on the confirmed that right now. I say resurgence, a lot of them are sitting, but a lot of them are being bought. People are buying these kicks, bro. You man are buying these kicks and I'm loving it. You get me? I'm a little bit sad because I was hoping for the Calabasas joints, the power phases to drop as well. You never know, they might still drop. I've still got my eye open for the turtle doves because I missed out on those. Actually, I say I missed out. It glitched. It never came out in the UK, but they've been rumored to be coming out in a very, very near future, maybe even a couple of days from now. So I'm gonna get involved if the Turtle Doves drop. Did challenge him to a sneaker battle because he loves that shoe and I love that shoe. You get me? You people let me know, let us know in the comments below who you think won that sneaker battle. And just be fair is what I'm saying, because I know he's got a massive following. I know you people love Culture Force. I love Culture Force. He's my guy. You get me? But like, let's not be biased out here, because I was bringing straight hot fire. He did his thing. He did his thing. Like, I don't think I wiped him clean. Pause.
Hey yo.
Right. I don't think I 30'd, man. But I definitely took the win, in my opinion. But you guys let me know in the comments below, right? But ultimately, very, very cool interview, as I said before. And one thing I absolutely loved about this part of the interview, because I said this is part one. Next week, we'll have part two and we'll get deeper into his thoughts on the culture. But he gives us his Mount Rushmore of fashion TikTokers and influencers. Mount Rushmore, bro. I would love to hear in the comments, in the reviews. I'd love to hear what your fashion TikTok / influencer Mount Rushmore is. I'd love to know that. I'd love to know that. That's real interesting to me. You get me? Some of the ones that he said definitely resonate with me. You get me? But I'm not gonna put out any spoilers. You get me? But definitely, he did his thing. And yeah, Culture Force is a guy. He's a very humble, down-to-earth guy. And I wish him nothing but continued success in everything that he does. I loved this interview. It was so chilled, so relaxed. He's just like fantastic. I couldn't say enough good things about my man. So guys, make sure to stay locked in for part one and part two. Once again, Kicks Chronicles 100 is rolling. Had a meeting last week. Good meeting. You get me? Things are moving. You get me? So you just need to keep it rolling, keep it locked in. We're going to continue to grow. I'm praying to God everything lines up the way I want it to line up. You get me? I'm just leaving it all in his hands. But it's looking good right now. It's looking good right now. Like, so just leave it in the hands of the Most High. All of that being said, I'm your boy PROZECH. This is Kicks Chronicles. I know I'm in the kitchen, but that's okay because we keep it moving. And our guest this week is the baddest man. The baddest. The most illustrious. It's Culture Force. Culture Force. In a Kicks Chronicles, part one. Locked in for part two. Stay locked in for part two. I see you in a bit, people. Stay blessed. Yes, my people. Big PROZECH back again, and you already know what it is, man. Your sneaker and lifestyle podcast, Kicks Chronicles. I'm here with an illustrious guest. I don't even know if illustrious is illustrious enough. You get me? I'm in the presence of a little bit of greatness right now, man. I'm gonna give him his flowers, bro. Come on, man. I'm gonna give him his flowers. Because I feel like it's important for us to acknowledge those that have really like put that time in and that working in the space. You get me? The majority of you would have seen him on your small screens, yeah. Social media to the eyeballs, you get me? Like, he's put his work in, he's put the time in, he gets busy, you get me? I think 1.2, I like 1.2 on TikTok. Yeah, no light work, you get me? No light work, man. We're definitely one of the kings of the sneaker streetwear scene, and somebody I'm super humbled and privileged to have on the podcast. I'm talking about podcaster, content creator extraordinaire, Culture Forces in the building. What's kicking, my bro?
Thank you, man. That's probably the nicest intro I think anyone's ever given me, man. So
I try.
Keeping my ego high. So no, thank you, bro.
I want you in full force for this.
Nah, man. I love this type of stuff, man. We've had a couple of conversations at a few events and stuff, and yeah, it's been good, man. I think that like kind of how we chat to each other and how like people like ourselves kind of get on is exactly what I love about the space, and a lot of people love about the space. It's just people with passion about shoes, clothes, and different kind of niches within our realm. So yeah, man, it's a pleasure to be here.
No, the pleasure's all mine, my G. Like honestly, doing this podcast thing, and you probably have noticed it yourself doing the hype report as well. And I know you've probably got a team that helps you, but like getting people on the pod can be a super humbling process because it can be quite difficult to get schedules like together or whatever. Like, but I want to say a massive thank you, even though I know obviously there was a period where you weren't feeling well, bro. You like when I spoke to you, from the time I spoke to you to now, like it's the lines of communication have been super clear. You've always like done what you said you were gonna do, and that's so rare, unfortunately.
Right, you know what yeah, mate, it's really hard, man, because people with followings and stuff do naturally have like they are busy, right?
Yeah, they got a lot of stuff
Yeah.
going on, bro, and
You've
I
got
appreciate that. I appreciate
when
that.
you're reaching out to them. It took me a while. I still probably haven't got used to it. When you're reaching out to them, you've got to suck it up. You've got
Yeah,
to
bro. You
like
just gotta hold that. You
humble
just gotta
yourself.
hold.
Don't take like the air in for like 5 messages. There's people I've been trying to get on my pod for since the start, and they've said, "Yeah, bro, come on, man, I can't wait." And I'll message them like every other week, and now, bro, nothing. But
Bro.
it's what it is, man. It's what it is. But you know, when we had this recording scheduled for last week, and I was ill, but I turned up because I thought it was 2 p.m., but that was like the LA time. So I turned up, right, and I was bearing in mind, I was like coughing everywhere. I was like, oh my god, I hope he's not here, bro. I hope he's not here. And I was like, I sat there for 5 minutes, like in this like waiting room, I like coughing my guts up, and I was like, oh my god, man, what is going on? And then, but thankfully, I got the time completely wrong. I was like 8 hours out. I had to do it. I didn't even realize it was completely wrong. I was like on LA time on the Zoom thing. So
Yeah, that's a weird. I don't know why it does that. What it does, yeah, for some reason, and we're getting into podcast scheduling talk now. But the platform that I use, yeah, shout out to Calendly, yeah, right. For whatever reason, right, it does GMT +7 or GMT +6, right. Instead of just saying the right time, it just does. Oh, it's this time +6 hours. So people have to do maths when they wanna when they wanna turn up. But yeah, thank God this week we got the time right in that, G. But bro, like as much as I'm sure people want to hear about our scheduling mishaps,
yeah, probably not the best book to start, man. I mean, the retention's probably dropped all the way off.
for real, now it's calm. It's calm. It's calm. It's calm. We're about to get it all the way back up, man. Let's take it right back to the first love, bro. What was that shoe or that brand or that silhouette that just sort of grabbed your heart and just say, "Culture, bro, you gotta have me. You need me in the rotation." What was that shoe?
I think shoe wise, it was probably a 350 like a V2 because I came into like, this game probably a little bit later than most people. Like, I was into streetwear initially, and then I started. I wasn't like a basketball guy type thing or a skater, so I kind of got into it late, and I was so fascinated with why on earth was a zebra or a I don't know, all pair of Oreos like reselling for like $1,000, and I was like,
Yeah, it's crazy.
I just can't get my head around it, man. And at the time, like a little bit before that, maybe like 2015, when I would have been about 14, 15, I was getting into Supreme. Um, and again, they're very similar how it works, right? Like the markets, the supply and demand, that kind of stuff, and the hype. Um, and yeah, so I knew a little bit about how not how it worked, but kind of how the ball rolled in terms of like that supply and demand and the sellout culture and stuff like that. And then yeah, I kind of got into the Yeezy hype, that kind of hype beast era, and where I wore some terrible things, man. I'm not a stylish person. Like I'm not like a get ready with me type of guy anyway. But I mean, even for me, some of the stuff was tragic, like, really bad, man. But I guess it goes back to wanting to fit in, and yeah, the Yeezy 350 wave was just unbelievable for me, mate. I learned a lot. It sounds weird, but I did learn a lot just from buying and trying to sell and trying to manage my money. And I think that's probably why now I still have quite a nostalgia. Like Kanye aside and his influence aside, like just the nostalgia I have for that particular silhouette and the kind of Yeezy brand in general, or Adidas Yeezy in general. And yeah, yeah, it was a kind of a period where I couldn't afford any because I was a student, right? I couldn't afford any of those kicks, but now I'm approaching my mid-20s, and
You're getting on, bro. You're getting on.
yeah, and have a little. Thankfully, have a little bit more disposable income now.
Love that. Love
Yeah,
that.
where we're at, man.
No, bro. Thank you very much, because on this podcast, um, working our way up to 100, a lot of people, a lot of Nike heads, yeah, coming on slandering
Mm,
Adidas, slandering the Yeezy. Bro, I'm a Yeezy guy.
yeah.
1000%. You get me, man. I'm down with the Yeezys, and the Yeezy, especially the 350 V2, reignited my love for kicks. If I'm being honest, because as a young'un, like, I've always loved shoes. I've always loved silhouettes. And growing up, I always like fantasized and sort of like had the aspiration of wanting to have particular kicks or whatever. But like, you get up to a certain age, you start looking at different things, you start having different responsibilities. But in 2016, 17, bro, we got back in the game, bro. And that V2, the idea of it being sort of that blend of athletics and leisure, that style
Mm,
but
mm,
function at the same time, it being cool but yet being super comfortable, like with the pram net upper and the boost technology. Like, it was ticking every box that I needed at that time. And I was like, bro, I'm on this thing, bro. I'm on this thing. And the first pair that I managed to get when I got back in the game was the Statics. I got the Static Blacks. And I love telling this because I got it from End, and I always shout them out, right? Because they automatically applied a discount to bro, automatically applying 20% discounts,
mm.
bro, in the time when Yeezys were at their peak,
And they were fly.
bro. It was mad. So I was like, bro, this is like, and it was around the time of my birthday. Everything was just lining up perfectly. So I'm
Living.
with you on the V2s, bro. I'm mad. And to be fair, yeah, bro, I want to battle, bro. I don't do this often, bro. We're so early in the game. I usually let people get settled, bro. I need to battle now. I need to battle now. We're battling right now, yeah. Your top three, my top three. Yeezy 350, right? Are we going V2s? Are we going 3.2s or 350s in general?
We could do either, man. I think most of mine are going to be V2s, but like personally, so we can do
Yeah.
it. We can do
Yeah,
just
let's go 350s and you can go V1 or V2s, yeah, right? But yeah, let's do this, man. And because you're my esteemed guest, yeah, I'm gonna let
mm.
you go first, yeah? Right, I'm gonna let you go first, bro.
All right. Okay, so you just want me to run through 3 to 1, yeah?
No, just give me your third. Give me your third, and I'll give
Right.
you mine. And when you say something, if it's on my list, I have to take it off. That's what we have to
Okay.
agree.
Okay.
We have to agree that from now, bro. We have to agree that from now.
I'm gonna go the creams, the triple whites.
Okay, okay,
They
yeah,
were
yeah,
good, man.
yeah, yeah.
Wearable, accessible. I feel like they were perfect entry level. It's kind of like everything I
Per-
want. I want to be, man. Like
perfect,
entry.
perfect entry level.
Yeah, man. Really.
Perfect entry level. You get me that cream white. You get me smooth.
Yeah,
You get
bro.
me
They were so fresh, man. And they like
super fresh.
you get a little bit. They're one of those crepes that a colorway that gets dirty like bad, but it's as soon as yeah, man, you'll never. They literally glow as soon as you open the box. You pull it out,
Bro,
man. It's crazy.
it's like in Pulp Fiction, yeah, when they go for the briefcase and the car comes out, like they were gleaming, like they were a smash. They were absolute smash. All right, bro. I'm gonna go first off. I'm gonna go with the Oreos
Yeah,
from the Black Friday pack. Yeah, because they were crazy. Like, I've got a real like I like the darker, like what he was doing with darks and stuff was really really cool,
yeah.
man.
He loves
But that
this.
little, yeah, bro,
No, that I love the darks and the earth tones and the brown.
yeah, bro. I liked what he was doing, man. So that definitely the Oreo for me from that Black Friday pack was mad as well. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Oreo, man. I'm gonna start off strong with that.
Nice, nice. My number two. Probably one of my probably yeah the one that isn't a V2 is probably be the turtle doves. I think
Oh my days, he's killed me.
see these when they restocked, didn't they? For like there was a Yeezy day in 2022.
Yeah, 2022 or 20. But the thing is, there was a glitch. and I don't think it dropped on in the UK. I think it only dropped in
Yeah,
America.
yeah, because everyone
Yeah,
was so, bro. Everyone was. I've never seen
I
anything
was
like it, man.
screwing. I
Everyone was
was
so close.
screwing.
I sat literally all day. I like genuinely. I did no work. I did nothing, and I sat there all day waiting for these things. And
I was so angry.
it was yeah, crazy, man. But yeah, I think they were a great shoe, man. A great shoe. I
Okay,
had to grab them.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. And because they're fire, right? Oh, you've killed me slightly, but like what I'm saying, we're pivoting. I'm gonna go with right. I'm gonna go with for me. I'm gonna go with the Yeezy that apart from the Wave Runner, which I absolutely just wanted to have
Yeah,
massively,
yeah,
right? I really wanted the bread. I actually have them now, right? I really wanted this bread. I needed this bread.
yeah.
So I'm going for the full black breads, right?
Nice.
You get me with the red full pull tab as well. Not the red stripe. The red stripe is fire, but I prefer
Yeah,
these.
I agree.
You get
100%
me?
agree,
So
man.
yeah, I'm gonna go with the breads. I'm gonna go with the breads from 2017 as my number two.
All right, and then one. I think for nostalgia and for my, I think you probably know what it's going to be, and for everyone that loved or hated, it was like Marmite, and it probably is way more on the side of Marmite now. But it's going to be the zebras, man.
I
They're
know
just
he's gonna
so
go with this.
iconic. They're just
Yeah,
crazy. They're just
yeah,
insane to look at, man. And I think
yeah.
I know you mentioned about the Wave Runner. I think that would like in terms of like my whole Yeezys, I think they would literally be up there in terms of one. Like
I
I
get you.
really, they'd probably both be there. I've got multiple pairs of both, and I'm going to sit on them for the rest of my life. I will have them for forever, man. They're so
I don't. Yeah, I will never besmirch the zebra. The zebra, like most people will know, the most resold, the most restocked Yeezy 350 V2 for good reason. It's the most popular 350 V2. It just cut across every single boundary because when you've got a black and white colorway, what you automatically unlock is that everyone can wear it, right? It just makes it that simple, right?
yeah,
Everyone can wear the shoe. So yeah, like this. I don't want to call it a panda, but this was touching on those numbers
yeah, 100%.
way before we knew what a panda
Yeah,
was, sort
yeah,
of thing.
yeah. It was
So definitely,
today.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
definitely a vibe, and I don't, and it's on my list without a shadow of a doubt. So yeah, I'm not surprised you picked it. The last one I'm going for is another shoe that I managed to cop. And this was on a Yeezy day. It is the Pirate Blacks. The year after we didn't get the Turtle Doves, we did get the Pirate Blacks. And I think it would have been 2023. I think it was
Yeah,
either
it was
last year or the year before.
last year. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it was. And when I got these in, obviously off the back of all the madness that was going on, you get me, like, will they, won't they? We got a Yeezy day, and then we got endless amounts of Yeezys for a long time. They kind of beat that to a pulp. You get me? We was ended up having so many Yeezys that we didn't want them. But just before it got annoying, they dropped these. And I was like, necessary. You get me? Because I was out the loop when these first dropped. And to actually have these in my possession, I'm super happy, and I'll always have these. And they fit different. The silhouette is different. It's just interesting to have these and compare them to the V2s because I think looking at the shoe from afar, you might think they are a similar shoe, and there are some similarities, but they're a completely different silhouette, and it's just cool to have that difference in hand. So
yeah.
yeah,
I agree. I agree. Just two like massively different kind of eras of Yeezy that were both amazing.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, that's
man.
so sick, man. I've literally now I feel the urge to consume more 350s, man. I'm gonna go away from this and like buy all the random colorways that I never got, like the weird glow one that was like bright green and no one ever.
Bro, yeah,
I
that
wanted it.
neon, bro, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
That neon green was crazy, man. There was so the thing is, yeah, and that was the thing that I think ended up sort of, and I don't know whether this is by design because I know Ye is kind of like on the wave of I want everybody to have my shoe. So eventually there was gonna come a time where it was they were just gonna be everywhere.
Mm.
Although he did also come out and say there are a lot of unsanctioned colorways and what have you, but there were a lot of colors that came out that like literally there was a period in time where it was like it was difficult to copy Yeezys. Then it just became, bro, if you want Yeezys, just grab whatever you want right now, because their market was so flooded. And I
Mm.
was thinking to myself, people are actually overlooking the fact, just because there are a lot of them, we're overlooking the fact that this is actually, in terms of comfort, in terms of styling, one of the best shoes to come out in the last 20 plus years.
Yeah, yeah,
Like people love to like to have a go at the Yeezy thing. It's just because the market was flooded. You need to deep how sick this shoe is, right? Put the shoe on your foot. Don't ever make the mistake, right, to put the shoe on your foot and try walk around, yeah, right? Because I'm telling you, you're not gonna have that same like anger in your mind with regards to Yeezy by the end of the day. You'll be walking on a cloud. Like I'm
yeah.
saying, like, so yeah, I'm a big fan of the Yeezy. I'll always be a big fan of the Yeezys. No, and to be fair, no matter what Yeezy does, as in Ye, what he does, like I don't take that stuff too seriously. I wear my kicks, bro. You get me?
Yeah,
That
man.
comfort,
You've got to separate. You got.
bro. I gotta pull that all apart, because if we
Yeah.
start getting into the weeds with that, bro, we might leave the house naked, respectfully, because nobody's clean out here, bro. We all saw the Cat Williams interview, bro. No one's clean.
Yeah.
No man, it's mad out here, bro. But yeah, those are clean. Those are clean top threes. We like that, bro. The people will let us know. You get me? I know they're gonna go with you
Yeah.
because they love you. You get me? That's just how it is. But you
Yeah,
get me? My couple man are gonna hold it down for me, so I respect that still. But yeah, your top three, my top three. The people will decide. That's That's an early battle as well. You get me, man? It's because like I know I feel like we're cool. If we weren't cool, I wouldn't have done that. You get me? Like if I was on the edge, I would have let you bend in a little bit. No, we're not doing that. But
That's
bro,
good. That was nice. That was nice.
let's jump in.
So
Talk to me about your upbringing. Like, where did you actually grow up?
I grew up like kind of it's like North London, so like just outside Watford, basically, man. So
No,
it's
can't.
20 minutes from London, like train wise. Was yeah, had a pretty chill upbringing. Wasn't like I'm mega rich, wasn't poor. It was kind of like in the middle. Like 3-bed house. Parents were always sick. They were great, like really
Love
like
that.
good sick, as in like really helpful.
I respect. No, I hear that. I
Involved,
hear that.
man. Like the kind of when people ask about like my upbringing, I always say my parents would go out like the night before to get my like food tech ingredients that I forgot. So they were those type of parents, man. They would go and like
They will look after you.
they would show their love in like action, you know.
I
They were
respect that,
great.
man. I respect
Um,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
they were great, man. And then I was yeah, I went grew up quite close to my dad. Watched a lot of football with him through that. Like the football, it's interesting now. Football and fashion is like so
Super
close.
close. You're a Watford guy, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, man. But
Bro,
it's
don't talk to me about fortunately. I'm a Tottenham guy. So bro, we're fully there, bro. Don't worry.
yeah, but that's it, man. And then that is it. Literally football and growing up, that was about it. Football and sport, and then yeah, man, that was it. My parents are always super involved. They even helped out kind of initially when I started making content. Had
Love that.
to step away a little bit from them, like because I think like it's so foreign, right? Doing what I do for a job, they're quite conventional. They're super supportive, but they're also very much like at the time when I had like I don't know like 50K on TikTok, like that's nothing, right? It's no, you can't make a living off that. And they were very much like, you know, Jack, I kind of get a real job type thing. And I
Yeah.
understood it. I wasn't offended. I completely got it, man. Like I got it. And I just took it as like, well, kind of got to prove them wrong a little bit. And
I like that.
hopefully, you know, in a respectful way though, you know, not in
Yeah,
like
no, I get it.
in a back and forth type thing. Um, and yeah, that was it, man. And I got to the point I went to uni, got ill at uni, and then since then I got diagnosed with a condition that like I have all the time, and for the foreseeable I'm gonna probably have. But I had no success in my life until I got ill. Literally nothing. But I was below average intelligence. I was probably a little bit below average at school. My uni was going. I was all right. I was okay at uni. I ended up getting a decent degree, but like before that, it was always like kind of towards the bottom set of most things. And
Wow,
genuinely getting on well. It sounds bizarre. Like changed my life for the better because it just made me work. Like I had nothing to do.
bro.
And so when lockdown happened and I was really bad, I was literally bedbound. I would just figure out things, try and like brainstorm random stuff. And I would do a bit of reselling then. And then I tried that for like a year or so. And then I started content. And then one thing in content led to another. I started taking it more seriously. Started one business. That business has now been sold. Culture Force was obviously doing well. I kind of got a manager, started monetizing from that. And then the last year started Kicks Force, which is now like the next project. And then that's like, where we are, man. That's pretty much my life.
We love that, bro. We love that. When you were growing up, when you go back into your mind's eye and you start thinking, you know what, in terms of influence, what were on people's feet? What were people wearing? That sort of influenced your appetite and love for sneakers and streetwear.
I think it stemmed from football boots. So
Mm.
I kind of I would have been growing up like playing football in like just gone towards the end of the Y2K. So it would have been like 2008, 2009, 2010. Right, that's
Mm.
when I would have started. That was I was like 8, 9, 10 years old, and that's when I feel like the football and brands started to wear more colourful boots. You had like the Nike Mercurials come out. I remember
Yeah,
the purple ones, the big orange swoosh wrapping round. And I feel like although it's very different to a Jordan or something like that, it's still a cleat, and it's still
yeah.
they're very similar in the sense they're used for
Smooth,
sport. Yeah, they're
super smooth. Loved it.
sport,
Loved
yes,
it.
sport. Have a foundation of sport, look really nice, quite expensive, popular, sometimes not always available. And I think that's probably where it stemmed from, man. Without me actually subconsciously knowing, I think that was probably where my kind of root of interest in silhouettes, if you like, or shoes and streetwear kind of came from.
I'm with you on that, bro. Because when I was growing up, I used to sort of frequent this website called Soccer Bible, and yeah, that website essentially was like used to do boot spotting essentially and look at all of the top players and what boots they were wearing. And like I've always loved kicks, but like as much as I love kicks, I always love football, similar to yourself, and seeing what people had on their feet. And it's interesting because there's certain boots that sort of remind me of certain times, like the Predator reminds me of France,
Yeah, yeah,
with
yeah,
Zidane and Beckham and all
yeah,
them man there. Like I was saying, like the Vapor Max is Ronaldo and all of them man there, like the super speed merchants
yeah,
and the guys that were just killing it off the wing and cutting inside and doing all that sort of jazz. I even remember the Addy Pure. The Addy Pure always reminds me of Cruz and Lampard. Those are the two players when I think of the Addy Pure, Cruz and Lampard, man, because those are the late arrivals in the box. You get me? People like
yeah,
Gundogan, you
yeah,
get me?
yeah, yeah,
Those late arrivals, the one that just turn up at the right place at the right time. The boots thing, I completely get it, bro.
yeah.
I always ever, and this thing is, there's something, it's a drum I'll always beat. Like, I was just so, I feel like we missed a trick. There was space and there was opportunity for one of these really big footballers to create a shoe. I feel like a brand could have been created during that period,
Mm,
and maybe there's still space for it now. Like probably like your Mbappe's or your Vinicius's or Haaland's or whatever, for some crossover stuff. But somebody like a Neymar, like I know he had like specialty boots, but he could have definitely had a little
yeah,
collab
I
going, bro.
agree, man.
I
Yeah,
felt like I felt like we missed a little trick there. Even David Beckham, like I don't know
yeah,
why that didn't happen,
that would have
bro.
flown. I mean, he had films about him, man. He definitely could have released a boot
Easily,
like that, bro, for sure. That's a good point. I think we're always a little bit behind what they do over in the States. Um,
100. That's what it's about.
Probably
Yeah,
5, 10 years, man. To be honest.
yeah. Especially when it comes to like marketing and when it comes to sort of
Mm,
like branding and stuff, because like as you pointed out, like someone like David Beckham, he was a branding powerhouse. He had
yeah,
his name literally on everything, like.
yeah, yeah,
But like for us to go that extra step and think, you know what, he wears boots, and I know he had this Predator deal, so obviously he probably couldn't have created a completely separate shoe brand. But even under Adidas, he could have had a Gazelle, he could have had a Special, he could have
Yeah,
had a
yeah,
Samba, he could have easily had an Ultra Boost or something could have come out.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just something that kind of irks me a little bit, even to this day. But something I wanted to ask you, like with all of this sort of like football talk and all of this brand talk, did you ever have to get involved in Unholy Grails?
You know what? Sorry,
Unholy Grails.
what's that?
I'm glad you asked, bro. I'm glad you asked. I'll explain. An unholy grail is an off-brand shoe. You get me? It's a shoe that you might find. Some people might refer to them as a Sports Direct special,
Got ya,
like
I got ya,
like a
I got ya. Yeah,
high tech
I got you, bro.
Everlast Slazenger.
That's a good name for it, man. There's a polite name for it, bro. I was like,
Polite is polite. Did you ever have to double in the dark arts, G?
I was always, I was always pretty blessed. Like I never had like the top of the range stuff ever. Like I wouldn't have had that. My parents were like pretty like firm in that. They would never ever they didn't spoil me like financially. But there was a couple times where I think my mum at the start of each season I would go and get new boots. And I think I was one or two seasons where I got a couple of like Sondicos and
Do you know what? Yeah, respect it.
yeah, it was. And my mum was like,
Sondoko is strong.
"These are nice, and they're only £20. These are great. That is great. It's a win-win." Yeah, it's bad, but
So yeah, Sondoko is definitely a vibe.
I'm not complaining. Well, I am complaining, but I'm not really in the grand scheme of things. But yeah,
Nah, Sondoko is definitely a vibe, bro. I respect it. I respect it. And we've been through. And the thing is, yeah, for myself, yeah, right. Like I asked that question because it's something that a lot of my friends and me went through when we were younger. Because obviously, our our parents had different priorities, G. So it's just fair that they didn't put like 70, 80, £100 down
yeah,
on a pair of shoes when you're trying to pay rent and that. And I was saying like and feed a growing boy. You get me, like
yeah.
so.
I think
So
my dad, right, he used to be quite good at like way better than I was, and he used to play at like a decent level. And he used to be like a centre back, and he's big and he's tall, and he was very much like against like the kind of fancy shoe, like
yeah,
fancy, like nice looking. Like if I was to wear like a pink boot, I think I probably would have got slapped. Like it was, yeah. So that was why eventually, as I got older, I had a bit more freedom. But yeah, at the time, like when I was maybe like 10, 11. I wouldn't have been seen dead in a bright orange or pink or red.
you used to play centre mid, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What were your go-to boots?
I had, to be fair, I was always like really small. So I had two kind of not abilities, like things I like. So like speed and then like kind of like power, right? So that boots would kind of focus on different things. Like the hypervenoms, right? Were I the
Love that.
black and orange ones would have been about 2014, 2015. They were really nice, right? They were light.
Strong.
You were quite fast in them. But then the next season, I remember I went completely different because we were playing like 2 years up, and I was small, like really small. So I got these Puma Evo boot that had like a where you actually kick the ball, like what do you call it on the part of your foot? I can't remember what you call it, but
Sole plate or something.
yeah, something where, and around there it's like kind of padded, and it obviously
Oh,
it elevates when you actually kick a ball. So ultimately,
okay.
you can kind of kick it further, right? And more power behind it. So they were my two. They were the best boots I've ever owned, both of them. I'm
I
not sure
respect
what the
that.
actual Puma one was, and I think if I was gonna start playing again, I would literally go and buy this Puma one back. Yeah, they weren't fancy or anything. I literally kind of went like a complete U-turn, and they had a decent color on them, but they weren't like, because do you remember everyone used to wear like the hypervenoms with the sock?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and that was like a big thing, and I never had anything like that.
yeah. I had guys, cutting the bottoms out their socks,
Yeah,
and putting the white socks on, and
look,
then like
such a
it
trend.
was a lot, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I played in goal, so I never really did anything too crazy. I did early doors manage to pick up a pair of Addy Pures because I wanted to make sure that my goal kicks and my strikes were pure,
yeah,
like in terms of like getting the ball out and that. So I picked up a white and blue pair of Addy Pures. As I said earlier, one of my favorite players was Frank Lampard. right? And I just felt like he had a strong. Whenever the ball came to him, whatever he did with the ball, it was done on purpose. Like he
Yeah,
never felt like he made a mistake, and
yeah,
that's the kind of what I was trying to channel. We're having that, like a strong touch, that kangaroo level, just a strong touch. He just stands dead, just
yeah,
stroke the ball, boom, boom, boom. You get me? Like I don't know. You'll have to ask some of my brethren. I don't know if it fully translated.
yeah.
Some of them goal kicks went a little wayward, bruv.
Yeah.
But we move, bro. We move, bro. What we're gonna do now, yeah, we're gonna jump into the EST of KRC. When I say EST, I mean oldest, newest, rarest, greatest, best. Right, talking about your modern day collection. So, if we were to ask, what's the oldest shoe in your current collection? What would it be?
The oldest, I haven't got anything that old anymore. I used to have a couple of the earlier Yeezys,
Mm,
maybe like the 750s. Um, Never had any of the Nike Yeezys. I've always kind of wanted some of them.
same here, bro.
But I've never, I don't. It was before my time. And I feel a bit of a fraud if I buy them. That's kind of my thinking behind it. Oldest in my collection probably will be I don't know, maybe some kind of 350 V1, probably like a 15, 16 release, man. All quite modern kicks, man.
No, that's fair. That's fair. That's
All quite
fair.
modern pieces. I think I feel like with my type of content, I've always wanted to be entry level. I told you this when we met at
No,
the convention, man. It's always
without a doubt.
true to myself and kind of what I know, and respectfully, like in terms of like sneaker like creators, I'm definitely not trying to be one of those guys who speaks about past and basketball influence and stuff like that, because it's not really. I love it, that's great, but it's just not me and not what I know. So yeah, I've always been modern, not like not all like buying constantly all the new releases, buying some stuff in my era now, like 5 6 years old, but yeah, nothing too old, man.
No, that's calm. That's calm. To be fair, um, like I completely appreciate the different uh perspectives of the various different sneaker content creators and streetwear content creators that we have. I feel like everybody can't be the same. You
Yeah,
get me? Like,
yeah,
like you kind of alluded to it, man. We can't all get ready with me, bro. Like somebody has to, somebody has to do something else. You get me, man? When that's not you, it's not you. It's not me. You get me? Like, so you
yeah,
just find
yeah.
your niche and just roll with it, man. So yeah, no, 100%. I'm with you on that,
I
bro.
think I did own. I had a pair of Air Force Ones, the Olympic release, the States that are all white and the gold swoosh. I don't know what year that was from. I know that was from a while ago. Like,
Yeah, that's
but
probably
I
a
don't
while
have that
ago.
anymore, man. But I've no idea what year it's from. Yeah, no
That's
idea.
calm. That's calm. All right, let's flip that on its head, bro. What's the most recent pickup?
The green Supreme Dunks, the Stars, the
Yeah, yeah,
2021 release. So they dropped in
yeah.
brown, blue, black, and green. I have the blue. Uh, I've had all the pairs in hand, but I've had in my actual collection, I got blue and green. And yeah,
That's like a pea green as well. That's like a
yeah,
lighter green
it's
as well.
not. It
Yeah,
really. It's
it's
like
a good green.
yeah, it's like a well, it's just a very, very light, bold green, man, which is quite
Yeah.
nice. And I like that louder shoe. I haven't even, I bought it from London Sneaker Club and I haven't even unwrapped it yet because it's in wrapper. It looks really nice, but I'm going to wear it. I never really, yeah, I will wear it. It's just a time and a place to wear that shoe. I'm like, when on
Yeah.
earth am I going to wear that, man? I've got so many,
For real.
especially last year with the amount of dunks that released, I've got so many
Yeah.
SBs that I need to wear.
Yeah. Shout out to London Sneaker Club, Ryan and
Yeah.
Moses over there as well, man. What would you say is your rarest shoe? What's the rarest shoe in your collection? If you could put a finger on it.
Um, I don't know about the absolute rarest, but I've got I've had a couple of pairs, and I've got one now of the SB Grateful Dead in yellow, which is
Pretty rare.
weird, really weird.
Yeah.
It's rare.
I think I've only seen it once in real life.
Yeah, it's ugly, man. It's awful. It's disgusting. It's terrible, bro. It's also the cheapest. Not that that's a problem, but it's the cheapest out of all the colorways. You've got
Yeah, I hear you.
green
I hear
and
you.
orange as well.
Yeah.
And then I think those sell for upwards of
Yeah.
a few thousand. But yeah, the yellow one's probably what, like 1.5 maybe. I've got the Chunky Donkeys.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're probably similar price point. kind of a few like kind of modern gimmicky kicks, man.
Yeah.
It does really well for content. That's always.
I'm a massive fan of the Chunky Donkeys. Massive fan of the Chunky Donkeys because I feel like um that for me really reminds me of lockdown. It really reminds me of that period. Like that was one of the first collaborations where I was like, this is completely an SB and completely a Ben and Jerry shoe. Like
Yeah,
it is such a seamless collaboration. So I'm a massive fan of that shoe. And what it represented during that time because like that was when I just was getting into understanding what reselling was because I didn't know.
yeah.
Bro, I did not know what reselling was. I didn't know anything about reselling. And it was around the time when I spoke to my missus and I said, I want to start doing content. Um, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to resell. And the shoes that I resell, I'm going to use them for content
Nice.
and then resell them
Yeah,
and then buy more shoes sort of thing. So I was going to sort of make it sort of like a little circle so that like it was just going to cover itself. And I didn't manage to get the Chunky Dunks. I've managed to see them in hand. I've never purchased them. And one day they will be mine. One day they will be mine. But honestly, I always thought to myself, that shoe, when it dropped, was such a vibe. Speciality box was a vibe as well.
Oh man,
Everything about the drop was so sick.
crazy.
So yeah, big shoe, massive shoe, massive
Yeah.
shoe. If I was to say to you, in your collection, what is a shoe that means the most to you? What's like the greatest shoe in your collection? What would you say?
I've just bought. Actually, this contradicts what I've said initially. I don't have this in hand yet, but I've just bought it, so that is technically my most recent purchase. But I buy because of Kicks Force. I buy literally like maybe 15 pairs of shoes every couple of days, like just for stock, right? So
I hear that.
some are mine, but well, most of them are not mine, but some of them get confused in like what's mine and what isn't. So but this is going back to kind of the nostalgia thing and how I couldn't afford it at the time. But when they released, it was amazing. I really wanted it, and I just bought it again. Well, I bought them again, and it is the Nike Off-White Air Max 97s, and they are amazing. Now they're I'm not sure what the materials actually it's made out of, but they get really dirty quite quick, and a lot of them on the market are really worn. So I found a pair for two. I got them down from like 300 to 200, and
Where did you buy it from? Was it eBay?
This is Depop. So I've checked with the guy.
Depop.
I,
Okay.
obviously, I have to legit check it. Everything gets literally we have the most insane system to legit check shoes these days, man. It's so long, but you have to do it. But the guy, so you can tell by their profile most of the time if it's a legit pair, and it looks promising so far. Now they are used, but they're in a much better. They're probably like a 7.5, 8 out of 10, you know. But that's good enough.
Love that.
Good enough.
Yeah, no, I respect that.
I don't think
I respect that.
I rarely buy new shoes these days, man. So yeah, I can't remember what the question was, but that's the shoe. After the question, man.
No, I was asking what you feel is the shoe that means the most to you.
Yes, got you.
And no, and that's a fire shoe, and not a shoe that a lot of people speak about in terms of Off-White and that collaboration, because a lot of people talk about sort of like the Prestos and the ones and like there were so many, man. But that 97 was strong.
Yeah, man.
That 97 was strong.
I really like that. I like the because the 97 had a bit of a boom in like 2017, maybe 2018.
Yeah,
and
because of the whole Shaw Witherspoon and Skepta,
exactly. And then the silver bullets were everywhere, and they released them
everywhere,
like, literally
smashed
so many times. There was different versions of silver bullets. Some were reflective, some weren't. And yeah, I really liked that, and it was the first time I ever really appreciated knew properly about an Air Max, because I was at college at this point, and footwear just started, and the kind of how people dressed in footwear just started to become judgmental and important. And I was like, wow, this kind of Air Max culture is crazy. Like it was mad, man. And I started to read up about a little bit about it, watch some content around it, and I think I had one pair of silver bullets, and then like maybe another like lower end pair of 97s, and I really loved them, man. I loved them. They were great. They were like my pairs that when I was kind of like that 16, 17 age, alongside my Adidas rotation, which was obviously trying to scrape for whatever Yeezy 350 I could at the time. Yeah.
Oh, we love that, bro. We love that. if you're running out your house, not thinking of a fit, just grabbing what's close to your door, you know, those shoes that sort of cuts right by your door. What are those shoes, bro? What are your bop to the shops?
So mine are, I've got two pairs. I've got New Balance 1906 Ds, or they Rs,
Yeah,
1906 Rs, maybe the protection pack.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
cream.
yeah,
They released a lot. I think that color released start of last year, maybe middle of
yeah,
last year.
yeah, yeah.
They released in black as well, and the black was
Strong, comfortable.
good. Yeah, but they're great. That's my first ever like since New Balance have rebranded or had their cool era. That was my first New Balance shoe, man.
I
And
reject it.
I was still like, I'm not wearing New Balance ever, no way. And then I bought them, and they were amazing, man. Like 135 quid, so good. And then I have a pair of off-white Dunks, the a lot 23 or something like that. So they're
I got lot 22. I ended up selling
nice.
mine, but yeah, the lots were such a lovely time, man. It
That's
was such a lovely time,
Yeah, that
man.
was crazy. I mean, the tongue with the little holes in it, the massive laces, the colors, and I will at some point in my life own the white pair of like the full white.
Bro, that is the one.
Yeah,
That is the one, and that's the one I love. Like, a lot of people are like, you go 1 or 50 because the number one is the white pair, number 50 is the black pair, and everything in between is essentially grey,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's kind of
A
working
couple of
all over.
flicks of green and orange.
This is it, yeah. But that number one pair is for me is the best pair.
I agree,
Yeah,
man.
without a shadow of a doubt.
I had one of my I made a video back in 2 years ago now with like my friend's pair, and I had them in hand for a bit, and they were so good, really nice, really
Such a good shoe.
so good, man. I think
Just imagine.
that's definitely a pair I'm eyeing up for sure. I need to if I see, but I don't really like spending money, so I don't really buy any new pairs. So it's like if there's a used one on the market, you know, I'll grab it for sure.
I'm with you with the used, bro. I'm with you, bro.
Yeah,
Because last year was my first sort of foray into used, and I'm there, bro. I ended up getting the reimagined, the Jordan 3 reimagined used.
nice.
I got a really good deal from a guy on eBay. We started off on eBay, ended up going to Instagram to get a better deal. But since then, I'm on it, bro. Because for me, especially, I'm a size 12.
Or
Certain shoes, yeah, I'm just never ever gonna get
nah,
dead stock, bro.
it's
It's never gonna happen, bro.
size,
Like,
man.
yeah, bro, it's a hard spot, man. And I'm a true, I'm verging on a 13. Like, I'm a 12 and a half probably. So,
Yeah,
yeah, I struggle to get shoes dead stock or get any wins on on
yeah, that sucks.
on sneakers. The one app that I did used to get a lot of wins on was Confirmed.
Yeah.
And
Now it's gone, man. It's long gone, bro. Just, your one bit of hope has been taken away from you.
bro, I got so many Addy points, bro. And
I think what was max level? Was it like four? What was max level? I don't know.
oh yeah, I think it was level 4.
I
Level
was
4
max
is the best.
level.
Bro,
Because Yeezy Day, right? There was when they started pushing them out. I would literally, as soon as you copped a few, they would give your chances of winning after you've bought it. If you started off, right,
everything just goes higher. Yeah.
yeah, if you started off buying like when the app first released, which I imagine was like our peak time. It wasn't that long ago.
Massively repeat, yeah.
And yeah, it was so easy to cop, man. That was oh god. I felt
Level 4, man.
conversations us reminiscing about Yeezy and Adidas, and no one else is gonna care.
I'm on level 4. I got about 45k right now.
Check mine.
You get me? Yeah. Let's see where we are, man. Let's see where we
I had
are.
a couple of accounts, but
Of
yeah,
course you did.
yeah. I had everyone, man. I'd made the amount of times that my girlfriend has had a go at me for like just bothering her with stuff. So on this account, I got 30k level.
Strong. Super strong.
So not
Super
bad.
strong one. Yeah. Big shout out to the Addy points because it made me feel like I was getting like Tesco club points at least with my Yeezys.
I loved it, man. It was so good. I mean,
I love it, bro.
the
I
last
love it, man.
purchase I made ages.
No, what was the last thing you bought?
So I bought the the Moncler Adidas NMD.
This guy is what a flex, bro.
408
What
pounds.
What an absolute flex,
And then
bro.
before that was
NMDs.
And then before that was just like slides, 700 slides, the knit runner. This is depressing. Yeah, just going back through all these Man. The good old days.
Good old days, bro. I really enjoyed the whole Adidas thing, man. I really want them to like. And obviously, they had their resurgence with the Sambas. Sambas aren't for me because Sambas are a real low profile shoe.
Yeah.
And it's like so slim, and I've just got like these massive feet. I've got like, imagine the Incredible Hulk's feet. I've got those feet, right? I've literally got green socks on right now as well to go with the fit, and it's literally I look like I've got the Incredible Hulk's feet, and it's literally I've just got the thickest feet. So to wear a Samba is just like laughable.
Yeah.
Like I can barely get away with a gazelle, but
Yeah.
like
I've never got into it, man. I like a bit more going on. I like a bit more going on. I like louder kicks. Yeah, they're too cool. They're too
cool. Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying, man.
Like,
They're like just like
a Wales Bonner collab. I can't do that. I get bullied, man. I get absolutely rinsed if I wore one of them, man.
I respect it, man. You need a certain level. Like,
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, though.
Yeah.
You know what? You need a certain level of XP
Yeah.
to roll around with a Wells Bonner silver collab. Like, you need that.
Man,
you need the XP needs to be strong, bro. If your house was on fire, you can only grab one pair of kicks. What would that one pair of kicks be, and why?
Probably the zebras, man. Yeah, probably the zebras.
I respect it. I respect it.
I've got two pairs. I think one is the same pair that I've had since I don't know, when I got my hands on one, man. When they released mid 17, early 17, February 2017, I don't know. I probably got them early 2018 or late 2017, and I got that pair. So, which is sick, which is really cool. So probably one of them. I haven't worn them in God knows how long, but I want to keep that pair for forever. So.
No, I'm with you with that. I'm with you on that, man. Let's talk a little bit about the scene, bro. Like, kind of alluded to it prior to jumping on, man. A lot of people are gonna have seen like that in streetwear and in sneakers right now, especially on TikTok, because you're an OG in the game. Like, you've been doing it for a little while, but you're super popular, and people kind of respect your opinion and what you say with regards to the scene and how you move things forward and stuff like that. But like just recently, there was a lot of like negativity around sort of streetwear TikTok and fashion TikTok.
Yeah.
Like, first and foremost, from your perspective, like, where did it come from? And then, like, why do you feel like that sort of people have just started turning on like some of our sort of some of the creators that we have in the scene that are doing really well?
Yeah, I think it's probably a mixture of things. I think it's probably easy to say that the jealousy. I think there probably is a segment of jealousy there potentially, and also it is a very very privileged job. Like, so it's like it's almost like being a footballer to an extent.
I get you.
Like, people criticize footballers for going out after a game or I don't know, stuff like that. I feel like people have that same thought process to TikTokers because it is an easy job. Like, it is very very easy. And if some people aren't aware of that and don't kind of recognize that, it does, I guess, provoke people a little bit. Because it would annoy me, man, if I was grafting away at a real job, and someone was making just not rubbish content, but good content online, but it's short, it's sweet, and brands are paying a hell of a lot of money, and you've got all these latest clothes which cost a lot of money. I completely get why people wouldn't resonate with that as such. And then I also think that fashion TikTok especially is very kind of one dimensional at the moment. And it has been for a little while, especially not so much my people who do my stuff. There's probably a few of us who do like what I do, which is like a bit more storytelling. But people who do like get ready with me stuff and like outfit inspo again, which is really cool. I watch it. I'm definitely clearly not taking enough inspiration from it.
You and me both.
But yeah, it's because it might not be those type of videos. Some creators are leading those type of videos, and then style is so subjective, especially streetwear, shoes. I mean, where we are at the moment, it's almost more popular to wear reps. It's more popular to wear loafers as opposed to Jordans. It's more popular to wear, I don't know, like a Samba. So there's so many different opinions and stuff going on and trends going on that I think just people together just clash, and especially on TikTok, excuse me, it's very quick. Everything's very quick. No one's afraid to comment anymore. Everyone's opinion's always kind of 100% in. There's no perspective. There's not really any context given. So I think that's probably where we're at the moment. And I understand why people dislike certain things. Like, I get it, man. Like, there does need to be more content going on, and I hope, like, my vids, for example, are where, some people might be able to get like a hit of, you don't have to be massively into fashion to watch my fashion content, and I think there might be a little bit more going on in my vids, so hopefully it breaks it up a little bit. But yeah, it's just opinions, man. I feel because fashion sneakers so opinionated, TikTok and influencers, lots of opinions around them, put them together, and it just kind of all hell can break loose.
Yeah, it was literally like just combusted. Yeah, people just like almost like, I've had enough of these really privileged people telling me
Yeah,
what to look like and what to
yeah,
wear,
man,
and
exactly
boom,
that.
boom,
Yeah,
boom. Yeah, and that was it. Like, but it is what it is. Shout out to all of those, man. I feel like that bubble's burst a little bit. I feel like things have calmed down a little bit. Like maybe about a month ago, it was at its peak,
yeah,
and there was a lot of videos being made, a lot of banter going both ways. Uh, and the thing is, what I like to see, like, people like Bastien taking it, like, not taking it seriously, like, and not getting offended. But obviously,
yeah. He's a good guy. He's
because,
a good lad.
yeah, like I'm saying, like, shout out to Bastien and Ants Kicks 5 foot. I know some of these guys you've had on your podcast as well. Shout out to the Height Report and that, like these guys are at the forefront of streetwear, TikTok and stuff, and like, and they're there for a reason, in my opinion. They're there for a reason. Having been on TikTok and having been on sort of other forms of social media, like, getting one subscriber is just not easy. Getting 10, 100, 10,000 is not easy. Like, you got to put some work in. I know some people are out here just buying, buying their bits or whatever. Like, but a lot of people are out here doing real work or whatever, and it's really a reflection of what you're doing. So I never begrudge anybody. If anyone's got a decent following and they're putting the work in, like, I would never begrudge them, man. So I respect all of them, man, for what they're doing. And let's come off of that and let's just find out from your perspective, because obviously you're in the creative space, but in terms of your influence, in terms of like who you watch, in terms of who you're looking at for the future, do you have like a sneaker / streetwear content creator Mount Rushmore?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely, man. I think so back in the day, I used to watch a lot of Harrison Neville and Blazendale.
bro, you give me Harrison Neville,
Yeah,
bro.
I think that's
100%.
where
100%.
probably
You 100%.
mostly influenced
100%.
from, man. He was amazing, and I used to watch a lot from him. And he's exactly what I kind of want to be. He was
I get you.
the portal and entrance point for me. And that's what I want to be for, like 13, 14, 15-year-old kids now. Like, that's exactly what I want to do.
I like that.
And then in terms of like creators that are good now, Elliot Page is amazing. His content is so
Legendary
good,
guy,
man.
bro.
And the good thing about Elliot, right, is that I've never actually had a conversation with him. I don't even know if he's seen any of my vids. But the best thing about him, because he's on YouTube, is that his approach. He's very there's still very entertaining content, but he knows his stuff like really, really well, and he's still a young guy, so he kind of has like the knowledge of someone who's probably quite a lot older, and is, I don't know, maybe attracts a little bit of a younger audience. So like, there's a big like education element to it. And he's good. I watch a lot of his vids, man, and
Yeah, he's top notch, man.
yeah, and he does some. I could just listen to him chat about a random shoe release, and I don't really have any interest in it. Yeah, like, respectfully, that's how good like the vids are. He's great. And then yeah, I like 5 foot. He's cool. He does like,
Yeah,
again,
top guy, man.
completely different area to what I do. Same with Elliot. They're both like kind of left, and I'm in, like, say I'm in the middle. Elliot's over there. 5 foot's over there, and like get ready with me stuff. Elliot's doing like kind of sneaker breakdowns and like try on stuff with like proper sneaker stuff. And then yeah, I'm in the middle a little bit. Yeah, who else are we talking about? Yeah, I would say probably those three, man. As like how many people have in Mount Rushmore?
4?
4. So let's say we've got past. I don't really watch him anymore, but because his influence was so insane, was Harrison Neville, and then you
Yeah,
have
big time.
Elliot, who's amazing, and then 5, who's also really really great. And then I'll tell you what I will put there. I'll put Baston there as well because
Shout out to
like,
Bastille.
he's really level headed, man, and he's quite young as well. He's younger than quite a bit younger than me,
Yeah,
and he's really level headed, and I like him a lot. I've got a lot of time for him.
yeah, that's a strong, super, super strong 4.
Oh, you know
Like,
what? Oh, I need to. Sorry, man. I need to shout out Sneakonomics, man. He's. I love Jordan
ooh,
so much because we actually were both we kind of came up on TikTok together. We both had like 10K. I had like 8K at the time. He had 12K, and I DM'd him and said, "I love your vids, man." And we spoke a little bit. Then I actually need to go back to the conversation because TikTok will still have it. But he's so nice, like so nice, and he knows his stuff. And he's
yeah,
he's a really
absolutely.
genuine guy. And yeah, I had him on my pod yesterday, and bumped into him quite a lot, and every time it's just such a pleasure. He's a really great guy.
Yeah, Sneakonomics, without a shadow of a doubt. For someone like myself, who like is a little bit older, he's definitely like someone that I look at and I'm like, bro, you smashed it. I think like of the names you mentioned, every single one of them is an absolute like killer. Like I watched Harrison Neville for a long time, early doors. Um, Baston's my guy. He's already been on the pod as well. Like shout out to Baston. And yeah, man, Sneakonomics is a G, man. Um, I'm forgetting the last one that you
I
mentioned.
mean,
Actually,
Elliot.
I think Elliot.
Yeah,
That's the
Elliot.
one I wanted to talk about. I saw Elliot at Sneaker Nest.
Nice.
One of the most humble, down to earth, bro. Like you would never think like even the similar with you. To be fair, like I think it's great when you actually get to meet like some of the people that you've been watching their content for years, and they're actually like cool people. For want of a better term, they're not idiots or whatever. Like, and he was just super chilled and super relaxed or whatever, and easy to talk to. And just as much as everybody else, I know you're busy. He's busy. Everyone's got things going on, and the time you carve out and you spend speaking to people. Because at Kicks and Coffee, like for everybody that was there, we went to, I think it was the second Kicks and Coffee event. So I met you there, and I was doing a bit of content on the day, and I approached you and like you were super super chill. You were like, bro, whatever, man, whatever you want to do. I told you about the pod, and you were like, bro, take my number, we'll chat or whatever. And I'm like, take your number, you're wild. Bro, you don't know me from whoever, bro. You get me? Like the thing was just super smooth like that, and I was like, you know what? That was inspiring for me because the way that I see it, regardless of age, like there's like people have gone ahead in the culture, and I respect that. Right, I respect that because I look at people's ethic, I look at their work ethic and what they've put in to achieve what they've achieved, and I give everybody their respect. And for you to be as humble as you were and to just be like as down to earth as you were, it inspired me. That's how I aim to be,
Yes.
sort of going up.
Yeah. That's
You get me? Like that's
good.
how I aim to be in every walk of my life, to be someone that people can approach and ask questions to, and just help them to sort of take that first step and be an encourager, and just be someone that helps them to sort of like fulfill their goals or whatever. Like, and you don't owe me nothing. You jumping on the pod late at night when you could be chilling with your missus or sleeping or watching TV when you're chatting to me, bro. I respect it, bro.
That's very
So
cool.
yeah,
That's kind. I appreciate that, bro.
no, no, no. It needs to be said, bro, because like I'm saying it to you, because it's true. You get me? If it wasn't true, I wouldn't say it, and I'm being real. You get me? Like I've chatted to a lot of people. You get me? Like, and I really, really respect the real ones. Like, and I've been blessed since I've been in the sneaker culture. Not had I've had very, very little negative interactions with anybody.
Mm.
You get me? And everybody's impressions or anybody's experience can be different. I will never tell you your experience is wrong because it's yours or whatever. If you've had a bad one, but all I can do is speak for me. The way I've been treated, the way I've been welcomed in by people sort of way bigger than me, and people on smaller accounts, and everyone in between has always been really, really cool. And I just appreciate that, bro. And yeah, man, thank you for doing that, man, because yeah, you didn't have to. And you're here right now. and
Yeah,
it's a vibe.
nah, mate, I love those. I love those type of events because you meet people who are like-minded, like yourself. Um, and for me, it's always like a small win because obviously, in my health, I had to stop like traveling. I had to stop everything, man. And yeah, I had to like get the tube there, which is on that Kicks and Coffee. The second one was the first time I got the tube in like 4 years, and I was
Are you
so
serious?
so nervous, man, because it was all like the pressure of going on the ground and like because of
Yeah.
my like lung condition and whatever. And it was all, I was like so paranoid, so scared. But I did it, man. And it was like amazing. It sounds really, really small, but like when you live a normal life and then you're ill and you're stuck inside for like the amount of years I was, yeah, it was amazing, bro. It was a really
Yeah, man.
loved
I love
that
that,
stuff,
bro.
you know.
I love that. I love that. Thank you for listening to this episode of Kicks Chronicles. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, rate, review, and all that good stuff. And remember, full video version is available on YouTube, audio versions available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.